Hello and welcome to this first lecture of this new section on emotional intelligence training in this course, AI for Interpersonal Skills Excellence. So in this particular section, we will help you understand how can you use AI for emotional intelligence training. And we will begin this section by taking a look at how can you use AI-driven sentiment analysis tools to read emotions in text? Yes, you heard me right. Emotions in text. So that's what we will talk about in this lecture. So how do you think you can use AI-driven sentiment analysis tools to read emotions in text? Uh, Say, for example, in a transcript of a conversation, how can you get AI to highlight areas where empathy or active listening could improve? So how do you think you can do that? Any thoughts? So, sentiment analysis is one of the simplest but most powerful AI techniques for building interpersonal excellence. Now, what it does is it helps you read between the lines in written communication by identifying emotions and attitudes in text, whether from customers, colleagues, or your own writing. So that's how the sentiments analysis tools can help you read emotions in text. Now let's take a look at how can you use these tools to read emotions in text. So let us first understand what sentiment analysis detects. Most tools classify text into three categories. Positive, which is a friendly, supportive, satisfied kind of a situation. Then negative, where there is frustration, anger, and disappointment. And third one is neutral, which is factual, balanced, and no strong emotion attached there. Now, there are advanced tools that go even deeper and detect specific emotions like joy, sadness, anger, fear, confidence, and sarcasm. So, what we need to understand is how these sentiment analysis tools detect. And these are the two things, right? Two category of things. Then let's take a look at the tools you can use. So there are general AI tools like ChatGPT with emotion detection prompts. And then there are dedicated platforms like Monkeyland, IBM Watson NLU, Google Cloud NLP, Meaning Cloud, and Lexalytics. And then there are customer focused tools like, you know, Brandwatch, Sprinkler, Hootsuite Insights for social media and feedback. So these are variety of tools that you can use based on your preferences and suitability. Now, how to use them? So you need to first input the text, and that's an overall view of the process. So input the text, then get the sentiment score, then drill into keywords and phrases, interpret and act. So these are the four key steps that you need to take to use these tools. Let's take a look at each of them in a little more detail. So how do you input the text? So you copy paste, simple, right? What do you copy paste? An email, a chat transcript, or a customer review, right? Or a meeting note into the sentiment analysis tool. So it's a simple job, right? Inputting the text that you want to figure out the sentiment involved with, and you copy paste into a sentiment analysis tool that you have chosen to work with. Then you get the sentiment score from the tool. The tool provides you an overall polarity score, positive, negative, or neutral, and sometimes the confidence level. And a good example of this would be, if the text that you have copy pasted is that this project has been dragging on forever, and I'm really frustrated with the delays. The sentiment score could look like this. The sentiment could be negative 87% and emotion of frustration and anger. So like this, you can get sentiment score. Then you drill into keywords and phrases. The tools highlight which word triggered the sentiment, like dragging on, frustrated, and this helps you see the emotional hotspots in the communication, right? Then you interpret and act. If the text is a customer complaint, then you prioritize resolution and acknowledge emotions. If the text is team members' email, you reframe your response to show empathy. And if text is your own draft email, you check if your tone might unintentionally sound harsh. So that's how you do the interpretation and acting. Let's take a look at some practical examples. Let's take an example first of reading customer emotions. The input is, your service is okay, but the support team never replies quickly. And the sentiment revealed there will be neutral to negative with underlying emotion of frustration. And your action could be to improve response time, acknowledge in communication that I understand waiting can be frustrating. We are working on faster turnarounds. So that will be one good example of practical example of reading the text and specifically for reading customer emotions. Then let's take a look at example of reading team emotions in emails. Your input could be, I guess I will do it since no one else has volunteered. And the sentiment here could have been revealed as negative to resentment, and your action could be to step in as a manager to rebalance workload and acknowledge their effort, right? The third example is checking your own message. You want to send out a message like, you need to send me the report immediately. Your sentiment there would be negative as well as demanding, as AI would revert to you, and then AI would suggest you to rewrite as, could you please share the report today to so that we stay on the track. So that's the practical examples of these three categories. Now, what are the benefits of sentiment analysis for interpersonal skills? First is it detects hidden emotions you might miss in plain text, right? The AI is able to detect such emotions and come back and tell you. Second, it helps you adapt tone before hitting the send button, right? So it tells you what is the tone and it also makes suggestion. It improves customer service empathy by spotting frustrations early and strengthens leadership by recognizing team morale shifts in messages. It builds emotional intelligence in digital communication. So these are some of the core benefits of using sentiment analysis for interpersonal excellence. So what do we do next now? So in the next lecture, we will look at how can you use these sentiment analysis tools to read the emotions in speeches, right? So that's what we will do in the next lecture. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture on emotional intelligence training. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.